Get ready to be traumatized because here at ThreadTalk Podcast, we are going to give you some awesome stories from Reddit that are just going to leave you a little bit traumatized.
I like that intro. Good job.
There you go.
If you're watching on YouTube, hello. We have Luna with us.
Yes, we have some updates for the YouTube viewers. Luna here, little watermelon. She
Watermelon head.
Recently had eye surgery, so this is the little kitty cone, so she doesn't have to suffer as much with the classic cone. Stops her from doing all the same things.
Doesn't she look adorable?
She's leaving. And then you'll also notice a small update to our microphones. We have these ThreadTalk stickers on our microphones.
They look kind of shit, but...
They're not so bad. We'll have to work on an improvement or something. I've seen some other podcast hosts. They have really nice logos on their mics. So they got the fancy mics, but...
we can't afford that.
Yeah, maybe if we had a couple more, maybe you guys smash the like button on the YouTube video, drop the comments on Spotify. It will help us get there. But yeah, so we recently discovered a page on TikTok that was stealing our content.
We've made it, guys.
Yeah, you're famous when people are copying you. So then I was like, oh, it's okay. Like our sign in the background, like people will still see ThreadTalk, but then they were cropping it so far into our faces that you couldn't even see the sign. And then I was like, I had these stickers. Well, we put them on the microphone. Then you can't hide ThreadTalk. Even if you copy the content, no big deal because boom, ThreadTalk's right there.
A little bit of background on these stickers, and I promise we'll get into the story soon. A little bit of background on the stickers.
Yeah.
Denver ordered them like a month into
right in the beginning
us starting this podcast, and he wanted to post them all over like our neighborhood.
Why do you think we grew so fast?
And I was so embarrassed. It took me weeks to accept. Like I was finally like, okay, fine, I don't give a shit. And so we went around literally like around our neighborhood and posted them on like poles, lamp posts, and
if you live downtown Toronto, you may or may not have seen them along Lakeshore.
If you guys came to the podcast because of these QR code stickers,
let us know.
Drop a comment and let us know. I don't think we've gained any listeners.
I think it's why we grew so fast. Huge spike. We have everybody in Toronto listening to us.
No, we don't.
We're getting really off topic.
Okay,
we need to dive into the stories.
Yes.
We do have some life updates for you guys. I'll give you a little hint. It's going to be called merch. We'll talk about that at the end.
All right. Well, I'm really excited for this episode. I have some good stories.
Who's going to go first?
Can I?
Fine.
Thank you.
Go.
Okay. We're coming in hot, the first one here. It's a little bit dark. Just a little bit. Trigger warning for abuse. Title is, I slapped my wife because she burnt our son on purpose. This is not my Reddit account, but I need opinions on this matter. My wife, 40 female, and I, 43 male, have been married for 6 years and have 3 children. My wife is a stay-at-home mom. Our son, who's 3 years old, is very hyperactive. She is naturally strict and authoritarian with her children, but our son really struggles to listen to her and stay still. I admit that he is a very difficult child. Yesterday, when I came back home from work, I noticed that my son had bandages on the back of his hands. When I asked my wife about it, she told me he was fooling around in the kitchen and accidentally burnt himself. I found her expression very weird because of the location of the burning. It was in the middle of the back of both of his hands, which is a very weird spot to fall on. She finally admitted that she burnt his hands on purpose with a very hot metal spoon that she was cooking with because he kept running in the kitchen and wouldn't stay still. When she told me that, I slapped her and yelled at her. Thinking that she purposely inflicted such a pain on our 3-year-old son drove me crazy. The burns are very visible and he will need treatment for it. I never hit my wife before, but I honestly feel like she deserved it for what she did to our son. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, what the fuck? They're both assholes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He still hit her.
Yeah, I know. You don't really fight violence with violence.
That's fucked up.
This was a very fucked up one.
Oh my god.
Trauma.
The poor kid's traumatized. I have so many questions.
What are your questions?
Okay, like he got burnt on both of his hands. How did she do that? One after the other?
She said a metal spoon.
Okay, a metal spoon. Wouldn't it burn like one hand? So how did both his hands get burnt? She burnt one hand and she's like, no, that's not enough. You got to do it another time.
That's what I'm assuming. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is really fucked up.
Like I grew up in a, I learned this word, like a other story. What is it? Corporalism or something? Corporal punishment. I grew up in a corporal punishment household. I don't even know what that means. I think that means like pain, like physical, like hitting and stuff.
Okay.
Like I grew up like belt. My mom would make me stick out my hands, face upwards, and then shoot leather belt across my hands. But it wasn't like a permanent burn or anything. I feel like that's not even like I am punishing you because I think punishment is a good way to teach a lesson. That's like a vindictive, like...
It's like, I'm annoyed with you.
I'm annoyed with you.
I can't handle you right now, so I want to hurt you.
Exactly. It's not like there's rules. You were supposed to do something. You didn't do it. Now you're getting the belt, which is what I got. I knew why I was getting it. This is fucked up.
This is deeper.
Yeah.
Than just punishment. This is like a personal vendetta and just pure malice.
To burn your kid. That's like, it reminds you of like the parents that would put their cigarettes out on their kids' arms or something.
Yeah.
And then him hitting her is obviously not the right answer at all.
Yeah.
In any bit.
I will say though,
that's how the kids are going to end up. All their kids are going to end up in a foster care because he's going to get charged for hitting her and she's going to get charged for abusing the kid. And the kids are going to end up with no parents.
Yeah. I totally disagree like with what he did. I will say though, like it was probably just like, imagine the shock. Like you come home and your wife says that your son, like she burnt your son on purpose. Like literally what would be your visceral reaction? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Most people probably won't resort to violence, but like, I'm not excusing it at all. But I just
I know what you're saying.
Understand it.
I know what you're saying. Like it's just a reaction. It's
a reaction.
Could have been just a reaction. It's a little like obviously it's not right. It's a little weird though. I feel like it would be like different. Like if you walked in and she was actively burning him, just versus like telling you like, hey, yeah, I did that. I'd just be looking at you being like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. I literally, what is wrong with you? Like,
any updates or comments?
No, it was actually deleted. OP deleted his account too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Top comment: your wife is insane. Remove your child from her presence and report her to the police.
Yep. I mean, if there was like a scale of like who was worse, well, she's worse. He's still not good, but she would be worse.
Another comment. I will tell you from someone being on the receiving side of it when I was younger, if she is at that stage of doing something that is so visible and is comfortable doing that, she is very likely already abusing your son in ways that may not be leaving visible marks on the skin. I went through this for years. Your son may not speak about it, and you would not know, other than weird behavior and personality development, that a professional may start to recognize at some point if they were to talk to a professional. I would be very concerned. Capture as much evidence as you can, report it, and divorce your wife. Protect your son.
Yeah. If this is what she's done now, what has she done before that hasn't worked? That she resorted to this? Like, how much has she been torturing him with other ways? I'm traumatized.
Yeah. Starting off with a bang.
Way to start off strong, Teresa.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna lighten the mood up a little bit. Okay. This one's coming from the subreddit Traumatize Them Back. Oh,
I totally missed an opportunity looking at that subreddit.
Title is My Wife's Dead.
Why are you smiling? You're sick.
Because I know the story, you don't. All right. When my son was born, I was a stay-at-home dad for the first year of his life. We also lived in New York City, and I loved taking him out into the city to do things. Nearly every subway ride, though, I'd have some kind of encounter with a woman or a group of women, usually boomers, who would say some variation of, giving mom the day off, or it's so nice to see dad's babysitting once in a while. First off, it's not possible to babysit your own kid. That's just called parenting. But second, I was the primary caregiver. Mom was at work. I stayed home with my son. It got real old fast. but I found a very nice trick that shuts these old bibbies down real quick. Anytime someone would ask if I was babysitting or giving mom the day off, my face would fall. I'd get quiet. And after taking a moment to compose myself, I would say something like, my wife died during childbirth. Or, my wife is currently undergoing radiation treatment for stage 4 cancer. She's at the clinic in California. I haven't seen her in months. Or, my favorite, his mom abandoned us when he was just 6 weeks old. She's been using drugs pretty heavily while she was pregnant, and so he was born addictive. I didn't hear from his mother for months after she left until one day I found out that she'd overdosed and died.
What the
little guy is all I've got left. But we carry on the best that we can. Shuts everyone up real quick.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I get it now why you were laughing. I'm like, there's no outcome of this story being laughable, but there is. Yeah, I love it. But at the same time, I feel like it's bad juju. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I really believe in like, I'm very superstitious.
Malocchio?
Malocchio, yeah. As my mom says, you're going to give me malocchio.
Yeah.
It's an Italian superstition. I don't know. I wouldn't want you saying that about me. My wife died. No, I just feel like it's going to bad juju.
Bad juju.
I don't love that. But it's funny.
It is funny.
And it's a good way to teach them to
shut the fuck.
Yeah. Literally mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business. It's 2024. Fuck the patriarchy. Fuck that internal misogyny that you have. Oh, giving your wife the day off. Like, no. Men can be
great parents.
Parents too. Like, literally. I don't know how else to word it. Men can be parents too. Like, it shouldn't be so insane to see a dad, like, spending time with their kids alone.
Do you think now's a good time to tell them?
What?
Guys, we're pregnant, and I'm going to raise the child, and Teresa's staying at work for the next 15 years.
That's not funny.
Are you traumatized?
It's not funny. That's not true, guys.
Top comment. Good one. 40-some years ago, my cousin showed up at my high school graduation with his young children without his wife. One of the answer uncles said, "Oh, babysitting today?" My cousin turned around and said, "I'm the dad. I'm parenting, not babysitting." Let me tell you, as an 18-year-old young woman, that stuck with me and changed a little bit more my view of marriage and the type of partner that I wanted. So, married 33 years to a man who has been a true partner and has never been into traditional roles.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
It's great.
And if you like the traditional roles, like, that's also fine. But,
no problem.
Don't be questioning. Just mind your own freaking business.
You literally. I cannot, for the life of me, ever have been sitting on a subway and like seen a parent and their kid across from me and made a comment to them.
Can you imagine?
Maybe this was like before just everyone's plugged into headphones and their screens and like people actually like looked at people and stuff. But like, I don't know. It was from 1 year ago, so I don't think so. But like, I could never see myself making a comment to somebody.
I don't even look at people in the elevator. Like, I avoid eye contact at all costs.
Don't make eye contact.
Like, I don't.
Well, I just make eye contact with the babies.
I don't want to associate with anybody else. Like,
I'll look at your dog and I'll look at your baby.
I'll look at the dogs.
Yeah.
All right. On to me.
Yes.
All right. Moving on. Am I the asshole for smearing some whipped cream all over my sister's face and hair on her birthday? I'm 20 male and my sister just turned 18. We've always had a pretty good sibling relationship. No major fights, just the occasional prank war, but nothing serious. So it was her 18th birthday last week and I came back from college and my dad pulls me aside. He's like, "Hey, I need you to do me a favor. It's a birthday tradition from when I was a kid. When your aunt turned 18, I smeared whipped cream all over her face and in her hair as a prank, and she loved it. I think we should bring that back for your sister's birthday this year. But it has to be a surprise, so don't tell her." At first, I thought it was kind of weird, but I trusted him. I mean, he's our dad, right? He wouldn't steer me wrong. So during the party, after the cake was served, I grabbed the whipped cream from the fridge and go for it. I smear it all over her face and into her hair while everyone's watching, thinking it'd be funny. However, my sister immediately burst into tears, like full-on sobbing. Apparently, she had just gotten a super expensive hairstyle that she had been saving up for. I had no idea. She had been so proud of it, and it took hours to do. I felt horrible. But it got worse. Her boyfriend was there and gave me a death glare. I later found out she had been planning to take pictures with him right after the party because they are going on a road trip together next week before their college starts. My mom pulls me aside and asks me why I did that. I told her the truth, that it was Dad's idea, and then she freaks out. Apparently, before I came back home, my dad was arguing with my sister about her going on a road trip with just her boyfriend since he thinks she's too young for that. And I guess this was a way of my dad trying to impose his will on my sister. Am I the asshole? I feel like I was manipulated and it was not really my fault.
No, you're still an asshole. Question, OP, girl, guy, what did it say at the beginning?
Guy.
Okay. Yeah, bro, you're still an asshole. You're just a dumb fucking asshole.
No, for real though.
For real. I was like, I thought it was a girl at first, but then when they started talking about she just got her hair done, I was like, if it was a sister, she would have known she just got her hair done. So this is probably a guy. Oh, this is funny. I don't understand. How does Dad think this means that she won't go away on the road trip? How does this have anything to do with it?
I don't think that's what he wanted. I think he was just like wanted to get back at her.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's a little like it's vindictive. It's a weird like I don't know. Like I want to say power struggle, but not really. It's just being immature.
Yeah, this girl got traumatized. Whipped cream all in there. Like, yeah, bro, you're an asshole. Like, if you thought that was a prank.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. No. Sure, it's a prank. A pretty fucking shit prank, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's just being an asshole. You know what would be a funny prank? If, like, the cake kind of exploded and went over everybody. Like those balloon cakes. You know, have you seen a balloon cake? You would hate it. Basically,
balloons.
They inflate a balloon and they make a cake around it. So when you go to cut it, it pops.
Oh my God, that's brutal.
That's kind of a prank.
No.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be for me.
It's kind of a prank because it's like something happened that you didn't expect it. Oh, you just come up and go, psh. Oh, so funny. Such a good prank. Like, that's a dick, though.
Yeah.
He's in the doghouse.
I don't have any comments or overall votes because I thought it was going to be deleted and I just copied it into my Word doc.
Oh, bye, Luna.
Are you going to fit with that giant coat?
Luna has left the chat.
I don't even know what the overall vote is.
Well, the overall vote, definitely you're the asshole. You're just a dumb asshole.
I actually don't know about that because
he still said yes and he still did it.
He thought that he was carrying on a tradition.
Bro, I don't give a fuck. Your dad comes to you and he's like, hey, I need you to spray whipped cream all over your sister.
It's your dad, though. Like, you would think.
Would you?
Your dad wouldn't steer you wrong. Like,
you can't tell that your dad's steering you wrong by telling you that you need a whipped cream munch? My dad comes to me and he says, hey, family tradition, you need a whipped cream Madison for her birthday. I just feel like
our dads are immature.
I'd be like, that's a dumbass tradition. I'm not whipped creaming Madison. Maybe I can whip cream Cat.
Depends who.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys can tell us what the overall vote is for this one.
Drop in a comment down below. All right, moving on.
Yep.
All right. This one's tagged not safe for work. So if you do happen to listen to us in your workplace, we do appreciate you, but be warned on this one. But I feel like our whole podcast should be tagged not safe for work because I can't stop swearing. These stories, I just get rattled up and I'm like, what a fucking idiot. What? We'll get into this one. This one's coming from AITAH. She posted 3 months ago. Am I the asshole for performing in front of the camera my mom forced me to have in my room? So, I'm a 17-year-old guy, and my mom has always been a bit overprotective. Recently, she took it to the next level by insisting on putting a surveillance camera in my room for my safety. I found it super invasive and uncomfortable, but she wouldn't take no for an answer. So, in an act of defiance, I decided to jerk off right in front of the camera every day for a week. I figured if she wanted to invade my privacy, she'd have to deal with the consequences. I made sure to look directly into the camera, making it clear that I knew it was there and I didn't care. After a week, my mom came to me furious. She had finally watched the footage and saw what I'd been doing. She said she was absolutely disgusted and yelled at me for being disrespectful and said I was acting like a child. I told her that if she wanted to invade my privacy, she had to be prepared for what she might see. She took the camera down immediately, but now she's giving me the silent treatment and acting like I'm the bad guy. My dad thinks that I went too far, and I think he secretly finds it funny, but he also agrees that having a camera in my room was too much. My sister won't even talk to me anymore after my mom told her what I had done, but my friends think it's hilarious and say my mom got what she deserved. I'm not sure how to feel. Am I the asshole?
Holy fuck. That was the wildest story I think you've ever told. Oh my God. I don't think so. I don't know. I kind of like, I feel like, is this a what's good for the goose is good for the gander type of thing?
What?
You ever heard of that?
Yeah, but how does that make sense? I never really understood
Maybe
it.
not.
So
Maybe that's wrong. Maybe
isn't that like
to
what's good for one is good for all?
Okay.
Isn't that what that saying is?
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
Like I want a new bigger house and people live with me, so I'm getting it for myself, but they get to enjoy it.
I don't know.
That kind of be the saying?
Maybe what I meant to say is fuck around and find out. Because like literally, what did you expect? He's gonna be changing in there. First of all, like you want to see your son naked and changing, like
right?
What do you?
Like, yeah, like just naked, changing, or like, what if he has a girl over? Or, yeah, I mean, what if he just wanted to jerk off normally?
Like, come on, for real. Like, he's a 17-year-old guy. Like,
it's a huge invasion of privacy.
Oh my God. That's so insane as a mother to do. Like that is not okay.
Like, I can understand wanting security cameras inside their house. Like, I've been thinking this, like when we build the next side, or when we build our house, I want to put in a really good security system. But like in the kitchen, in the living room, in the den, not inside the bedrooms and the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like inside like the laundry room and the garage and the kitchen and the living room, not the bedrooms and not the bathrooms.
Yeah, yeah. I know. It's just common sense. Like,
yeah.
What did you expect to find? Like, I don't know. I think it's like really funny.
I think it's really funny too.
It's a good form of revenge and a good way to teach her a lesson.
Yeah. But like, you could have also said that before the cameras went up. Be like, Mom, I'm changing. I'm naked in my room. Plus, like, you know, other activities. Wink, wink. I don't want a fucking security camera. Dad, can you help me out on this one?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess.
Maybe more effort could have been done. I feel like
if we're trying to be mature.
I feel like he gave, well, I mean, he's 17, so whatever. Mature is out the window. But I feel like he gave up on, like, maybe, you know, trying to fight it. And just said, you know what? Go ahead and install it. I have a plan, without saying I have a plan.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
He embraced it.
It's fucked up.
That was fucked.
You ever been caught masturbating?
No. Not my mom listening. Please.
Okay. Moving on.
All right. On to me.
On to you.
Am I the asshole for kicking my parents out and saying, this is why I was so fucked up as a kid? I had my parents over for dinner this weekend. They're in their 60s, and my daughter, who's 10 years old, asked if she could play us a song she had been practicing on her keyboard. She gets lessons. It wasn't perfect, a few missed notes, a couple pauses, but she did really well. She looked up at the end, massive smile, and I started clapping, and my parents started fucking laughing. Not just a little chuckle, a massive fucking belly laugh. Them both.
The fuck?
My mom asked if it was her first time playing it, and my dad said it had to have been. A dog could have played better than that. It was like my daughter was shrinking on the spot, as she looked down and said, no, I've had 2 lessons, but doing it with 2 hands is hard. And they just laughed even fucking harder. I just stood up, took their cups, and said leave. Now. My mom tried to say about how they hadn't finished their drinks. They wanted to hear another song, etc. And I said, get your stuff and get the fuck out of my house right now. My dad started doing this huffing thing he does when someone dares to speak up at him. And my mom said that there was no need to be like this, that I can't protect her at all times and she's preparing my daughter for the real world. I said, it's not teaching the real world. They're just nasty little bullies picking on children, and shit like this is why I was so fucked up as a kid. Now leave. They got their stuff and left. I sat with my daughter and explained how proud of her I was and how well she was doing. To ignore them. They were just being cruel because they don't know any other way to be, and asked if she could play it again, which she did. On Sunday, I messaged and said that until they can behave like decent human beings, that we're taking a break away from them. My dad replied that it was my choice, but he didn't realize he raised me to be so precious. Now, my lovely brown-nosing golden child of a sister is getting involved. She phoned me today with my parents' version of events, telling me I was a little nasty piece of work and should never speak to my parents that way. That I'm wrapping my child in cotton wool and blah blah blah. I just told her to go fuck herself and hung up. I'm not asking if I'm in the wrong for standing up for my daughter. I'll always do that. But I did go pretty 0 to 100. I kicked them out straight away. I swore at them and in front of my daughter. I did raise my voice at the end when I said leave. I was and still am angry. I don't think I'd even accept an apology from them at this point. This behavior isn't new. It's decades old. But this is the first time it affected my daughter. Did I go too far? Did I react too much? Should I have tried to be calmer? Talk it out? I don't know. Am I the asshole?
I think her response was warranted. I mean, my biggest question is like, how do you still have any kind of relationship with them? How is this like the first? How is this?
It's not.
How is this the tipping? No, how is this the final straw? How is this the straw?
I could see that because most people are protective about the people that they love, especially their children. I feel like most people can take it for themselves. Like, they excuse it, you know, you can...
It's my parents, it's just the way they are.
It's just the way they are, but when someone is attacking your child like that, yes, I can see that definitely being the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, and I definitely would tell my sister to go fuck herself. Mom, I'm on board with that.
I'm on board with all of this. You need to cut them off, like, entirely.
Exactly.
Those people don't respect... They don't respect you. They don't respect your daughter. Like, they're a piece of shit. Like,
at this point, it's like, you're cut off. A lot of, like... You're cut off. Like, sure, maybe we can mend things in the future. Like, you're going to need to be doing a lot of apologizing and trying to convince me to not keep cutting you off. Because at this point, I just snip from my life. It's like, this is my paper life tree and I just cut you off my tree.
Not only for yourself, but for your daughter. Because this will actually create, like, trauma for her. Like,
yeah, it's not good for your daughter.
Her self-esteem.
It ruins her self-esteem of trying to learn something new, trying to learn how to play the piano, trying to do something that she's never done before. She'll never want to try new things.
And if the grandparents are in her life going forward, like, she's gonna always want to try and, like, I don't know, impress them and you know, like, not be herself around them. I feel like she probably won't be comfortable around them anymore. Like,
she might not be comfortable doing anything in front of them at all in fear of being made fun of.
Exactly. Like, this will actually create, like, it will be very harmful for her, like, growing up. Like, this will create, like, a lot of doubt in herself, a lot of probably, like, anxiety. This is not okay at all.
Nope. That's fucked up. Who laughs at a little kid like that?
Yeah.
What kind of human being just laughs out like that? Like, ha ha ha, you suck.
Sickos.
She's 10. Chill the hell out.
Like, that is so heartbreaking. That's so sad.
They need to calm down. What?
Were you making a Taylor Swift?
No.
You're funny. Okay, there is a little edit. Lots of people think I'm a mom, lol. Nope, single dad.
Totally thought she was a mom.
Right? First time I read it too.
Fucking internal misogyny. We just talked about this.
Our second story. So bad. We need to, like, unlearn all of this stuff.
I will say that I can recognize that my mindset when I don't know, I usually default to the person being a man. because I am a guy. That's what my default is. But when they talk in the parental role, my default then becomes a woman.
Yeah. It's tough.
I apologize.
We need to like actively try not to.
A lot of people probably do that without realizing.
Well, yeah, it is subconscious.
Yeah.
I feel.
Not bad.
Also, thank you all for your comments. Def calming down the anger I felt and making me feel less shit the way I reacted. Edit 2. I really appreciate all the comments, even the ones calling me Mama Bear, lol.
Papa Bear.
I never doubted I was in the right for standing up for my daughter. Just how I went about it. I'm going to sit and talk with my daughter about it all either tomorrow, after school, or on the weekend. My parents and sister can just disappear for all I care right now. To all the commenters that say they wish they had someone like me when they were younger, I get it, man. I really do. I hope you got someone now or are able to be that someone. Reading all these comments definitely changed my anger into sadness/realization that I'm not alone with the shitty parents. Thanks for sharing and thanks for the comments, guys. Even the trolls. You were great. Also, please stop giving me awards. It's a throwaway. Don't waste your money. Would you not get the money if it's a throwaway? I feel like we should know this. But.
So wait, people make money on Reddit from awards?
Yeah, we knew this.
We got a reward one time for that one story I posted, and today I fucked up.
Yeah.
When you forgot your purse. We should... That was just after we started the podcast. We should read our own story on air. Tell you what, guys, if you stick around for Christmas on our bonus Christmas edition, maybe I'll put it in as like the very last story of what happened 1 year ago for us.
Sure. All right. Top comment. Not the asshole. You're a goddamn hero. If your parents think that's an acceptable way to talk to a child, they had it coming. Bullies always whine when the tables are turned. At most, you might want to talk to your daughter about how they've always been like this, and a confrontation was bound to happen. She may blame herself, or wonder if you'll yell at her like that someday. Knowing there's a history would help her understand. At 10, she'll have encountered bullies already, but may not know they don't change when they grow up. That's so true. You need to, like, make her feel like it's not you, it's just the way they are.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's only 2020, or hindsight's 2020, whatever. But if you had to redo the situation again, I guess the one thing I would say would be, like, not to yell at your parents in front of her. I would have been like, because like they said, like she'll remember him raising his voice and yelling at someone, and she might fear that she'll get yelled at if she does something. So I would have been like, oh, that's great, honey. Thank you. You know, try to defuse the situation down and be like, oh, honey, thank you for playing. That's so great. Why don't you head up to your room and play with your Barbies or dolls or Pokemon or whatever it is, to get her out of the room.
But then that's going to make her sit with her feelings of the grandparents laughing at her like that.
Yeah, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I'm hypothetical. Like, okay, like would it be better if you stay calm, recognize, okay, boom, triggered, parents, piece of shit. Okay, now what do? Thanks, honey. Thanks for playing the piano. That's great. Why don't you go get yourself a snack? Go play in the backyard. Go play upstairs or something like that. Grandma and Grandpa have to head out now. And you send the kid away and you stay calm. And then the parents are like, what do you mean? We don't want to leave. We don't want to leave. It's we're not done our drinks. And then you're like, well, very calmly, you guys are fucking pieces of shit. And I don't appreciate you laughing at my daughter like that. You guys are essentially bullying my kid. She's trying it. So you can now leave the house. Put your drinks down and get out, and just stay calm and don't yell at them so that your daughter doesn't see you yelling and angry or something like that. Say it in a calm way, let her leave the room, and then just tell them that they're fucking pieces of shit. There is, I swear, there is nothing better than talking to someone like you are angry and saying the worst things to them, but saying it in the most calm manner, like. You can't even make me angry.
Yeah. But it's hard.
Yeah. Hindsight 2020. No, for sure. Very hard. Very hard. Like that just would have been like, if that had happened, you can't critique it at all. But like you can only, you're always able to critique something that's already happened. But
Yeah. I hope he cuts them off forever. You're done.
I don't know if it'd be forever.
No, forever.
It'd be like, you need to set your shit straight.
Forever.
Forever and ever. Teresa's just like, cut, you're dead to me. In fact, come around again and I'll fucking kill you myself. Denver, we're going to need to hide a body.
Okay. Next.
My brother-in-law and his wife told me my husband is actually gay and our marriage is a front.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A month ago, my sister-in-law came to my house with her daughter. I also have a 6-month-old baby. Anyways, everything was going pretty normal. We talked, made dinner, vented to each other about normal marriage/life stuff. Then things took a turn. My husband and I had moved into our house 6 months prior to this visit with my sister-in-law. So literally 1 week after I gave birth, we moved into this house. My husband works a lot, so majority of the caring for our baby is on me, and that's okay. But for the first maybe 4 months, I was really in the trenches. So anyway, she starts to tell me that her and my husband's brother are very upset with us because we haven't invited them over for dinner yet. Like, huh? So at this point, I'm just letting her vent on why she's upset with us, even though they live 20 minutes away and have never asked to come see their new nephew, or she just doesn't talk to me at all, lol. This visit was rare, by the way. It was really out of the blue. Anyway, she's going on that she's pissed because I haven't cooked dinner for her family yet. Okay, sorry. I've been extremely overwhelmed with maybe a new baby, first-time mom, and his medical issues and bills and just day-to-day life. I honestly hadn't even thought of that. I also struggle with PPD pretty badly and I was on medication for it. It was literally the last thing that was on my mind, so I apologized to her. Then she starts telling me that a week prior at her barbecue that my husband and I were at, that her and her husband, who's my husband's brother, thought my husband looked depressed. I was honestly confused because I had never noticed that, and my husband and I talk, like really talk about everything, and I was just surprised she said that. I asked her, why do you think he seems depressed? And she says, well, before I tell you, you have to promise me that you won't tell your husband. So now I'm terrified, anxious, curious, all of the above. And I told her that I promised I wouldn't say anything. Then, in front of her daughter, who is almost 10 years old, she starts to tell me that she and my brother-in-law think that my husband is depressed because he is actually gay and can't live his truth. Then, word for word, she told me that, quote, we honestly think he married you and had a baby with you as a front. Holy shit, what? So now I'm actually feeling weird. She went into detail that she thinks my husband and his best friend for over 10 years, who is also married with children, were having a secret relationship. What? My sister-in-law has known my husband for over 15 years. How could she say this to me after everything I've been through? Even if it was true, why? Do you know what I mean? So she left my house and I honestly was overthinking it for days before I finally told my husband. Now he is extremely upset. My brother-in-law is the type of man that if I would have said this to his wife about him, he would have come for my throat. Me and my husband decided not to say anything yet, but it's getting hard. It's been about a month since that first conversation. After she left my house that night, she has not said a word to me since. Like, how do you lay that on someone and then go mute? Aren't we family? I've been married to my husband almost 3 years now, and I absolutely believe him, but that's besides the point. I need to know what is the correct way to confront them. I'm sorry, but you cannot come into my house and tell me that my entire life is fake. Also, I want to add that a week ago, it was their other child's birthday. The party was outside and 94 degrees out. I didn't feel comfortable having my baby outside in that heat. When I told them that and that we weren't going to be able to come to the birthday party because of the heat, they told us that they didn't give a fuck if we came and hung up on us and haven't said a word since. My husband is pissed and hurt, and so am I, and I'm tired of letting things slide with his family. How do my husband and I navigate this issue? Thanks.
Okay, wait. Can you just clarify some things for me?
Sure.
OP told her husband what they said.
Yep.
And did he deny it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to figure out how to confront them about it?
Yes.
But But okay. Confront how?
Well, let me lay this
Like-
down for you.
Like they already had the face-to-face interaction.
This is like Chris comes to visit you and tells you that him and Madison think that I'm actually gay, and I don't. And you're a friend.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
That's what this situation is like. And
Okay.
we just had a kid.
So what? So they're trying to determine like how to confront them again, I guess? Like
Well, they haven't confronted them.
but they had that face-to-face interaction like where she was told he's gay.
Yeah. And then they
Okay.
haven't talked
So-
since.
So I guess she just didn't have a reaction. Okay.
Well, it was just.
So she's going to like be like I
talked
talked to my husband.
He's denying it. He like, he knows the allegations. What the
Okay.
fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, I see. Sorry. A little
okay.
slow today.
I got a small update for you. Update. My husband asked his brother about it, and he said that he has no idea what was said. He asked his wife in front of both of us, and she said she never said it, and I am a liar, and that's where it stands as of now.
Please. Just makes this up out of thin air. Why would OP make this up out of thin air? Like, please.
Yep. Yeah. So it's just like sister-in-law comes over and was just like, I just feel like traumatizing my sister-in-law. I'm bored. I'm bored at home. I'm just going to go traumatize sister-in-law by making up this lie.
Oh my God.
She called me a liar. Then my husband's brother told me that he's been with his wife for 20 years and she would never lie to him. And that maybe I stretched a little bit of what she said to me. LOL. I definitely did not. Not even a little bit. So that's where it stands as of now. My husband believes me, and that's all that matters. If I wanted to stir the pot, I could have thought of something better to do than this.
Right? Right?
But this is... Maybe she had like a psychotic break.
Maybe. Honestly,
Top
that's
comment.
looking like a good conclusion.
Top comment. All future interactions should be recorded with this insane woman.
Holy
Bro, anytime I'm at a family gathering and I see her approaching me, I am
Get my
taking
phone
out
out.
my phone and like turning on voice recording or video mode and slipping it back into my pocket. Yeah. And then the top comment on that one plays audio recording. Look, that's your voice. No, it's not. Yes, it is. I recorded you 2 days ago. We had that conversation in the kitchen. No, we didn't. But that's my voice too. Talking to your voice. That sounds exactly like you. No, it doesn't.
People like this need help. Truly, though.
Can you imagine being that, like, I feel like that's traumatizing. Like, bro, your family-in-law just comes over and just drops this bomb on you.
Just lies to you.
Yep. Could be about
my God.
anything. Could be about something else. Like, you cheated. Oh, I mean, that's basically saying that he was cheating. Just with a twist.
But I would just love to know, like,
What was the end goal?
yeah, what was the end goal? What, to put doubts in her mind and create
Maybe this just doesn't
tension
like
in their
her.
relationship? Yeah,
Maybe
like,
she just doesn't like her.
but why that? Why say he's gay and he's been hiding this secret relationship? Like,
It's like cheating with a twist.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in her brain.
In their house.
In their brain.
Okay. That might
Like,
be
what is she
messy.
thinking?
Probably
Like,
messy in there.
very. All right. Is that all?
Yep.
Okay. This one comes from Relationship Advice, and it's a little bit sad. I'm going to put a trigger warning for animal death. My 21 male girlfriend, 22 female, is pretending that our dog didn't die. Do I push the issue? My girlfriend and I adopted a little Shih Tzu named Gage about 4 years ago, and he has been the love of her life ever since. She never went anywhere without him. I've genuinely never seen such a close bond between a person and an animal. It was like they knew what the other one was thinking. 6 weeks ago, Gage got out on the front porch while we were bringing in groceries and got hit by a car. It was a horrific scene. He was really messed up. I was yelling at the driver and crying as I ran to him, but my girlfriend didn't cry or say anything. She just picked him up, wide-eyed, and rode silently with me to the vet, where we had to euthanize him. I tried talking to her, but she didn't say a word for well over 24 hours. I woke up that night to her crying, but when I tried to comfort her, she abruptly stopped and pretended to be asleep. 3 days later, I came home from work and was greeted by a Shih Tzu that looked a lot like Gage. It wasn't exactly the same, but pretty damn close. My girlfriend smiled and hugged me, first time since the dog died. It told me she was about to take Gage for a walk. I asked her whose dog it was and she acted confused, saying it was Gage. When I brought up the car accident, she turned red and told me to stop making shitty jokes. I assumed she was coping, and after a couple of days, I'd be able to talk to her about it. But now, it's been almost 2 months. She refuses to admit the new dog is engaged. Guys, I'm not laughing. It's just Denver is having very visible reactions right now. I have no clue where she got it from, and while it's a sweet dog, it's definitely not Gage. Should I keep indulging her? Has it gone on long enough? Stop! You?
But imagine he's just walking. He's walking down the street one day. He just sees a poster up, missing dog. Where did she get this dog? Okay, like at first, I was like, listen, man, that sounds rough. She got hit by a car. It was unexpected. This is how she's coping. Is she good everywhere else? Just let her do her thing. But then I'm like, well, if she can't, like reality, like maybe that is a red flag, something to be concerned about. But then I'm like, wait, where did this dog come from? Where's the paperwork? We take him to the vet. Does he have somebody else's chip in it? Like, there's legal things that need to be done to have a dog. Did she go to a shelter? How did she find a dog that looked the exact same? Was she just walking through the park one day and she saw somebody, like the dog, that's just like, oh, that's my dog, and she just picked him up and fucking ran away? But I think that there is a mental issue going on here where she can't even talk about it.
Literally traumatized. Like, literally.
She's fucking traumatized.
Yeah. This was sad. And
this is sad. No, it's guys, I'm not laughing that the dog died. That's very sad. I'm just laughing because I'm thinking, like, where did the dog come from? That's my biggest thing. Well, she could have very well got
it from a shelter.
Like, okay, where's the paperwork? But, like, she's living in, like, La La Land.
Yeah, but that's trauma. That is literally trauma.
Okay, but like, babe, I understand.
She has PTSD.
I understand you don't want to talk about it, but you gotta tell me where the dog came from. You gotta tell me where the dog came from. Well, I don't think
he's concerned about that.
Gotta tell me where the dog came from. It's been 2 months now. I don't know what he's concerned about anymore. This should be like, it's been 2 hours.
I think she just needs help.
Oh, she needs more than help. The dog probably needs help.
You're fucked.
He's probably smothered now. She probably won't let him out of her sight. He probably has to live in her purse. Little Shih Tzu, like they're the small ones, right?
Yeah.
They're the tiny little ones.
They're pretty small.
He probably literally has to live in her purse. She probably has him leashed up at nighttime to make sure he doesn't leave the bedroom.
See, but that's sad.
It is sad.
Like,
there's so many layers of trauma here.
Yeah.
He's got trauma, she's got trauma, then now the dog has trauma. He's got like multiple layers of trauma. He's like, what else is going to happen in life where she's going to pretend it didn't happen?
I think we can all agree she has the most trauma here. Like, this is a very severe case of like PTSD.
I think the OG Gage had the most amount of trauma in this story, but
okay. Yes. Very.
Gage 2.0.
We're moving on. Top comment. I agree with everyone that she was severely traumatized and needs therapy. If she continues to deny you and your suggestions for therapy, I'd bring in a close friend of hers or family member. The level of disassociation and the way she is handling this now is a disaster waiting to happen. If something triggers her too far or reality breaks through, she may have a significant mental breakdown. Good luck.
What do her parents say? What does her family say? Does she have any family? What are they saying? Did you tell them that, hey, this is engaged? We should go to the family function and anybody knows, like, yeah, nice new dog. There's not a new dog. This is Gage.
Yeah, I don't know if the family knows. Maybe she's not close to them. I don't know. This one was sad.
Very sad. Very sad. All right. Well, moving on.
Yes.
I am sorry I laughed.
Yes.
I feel like the opposite person Always laughs.
What does that mean? The opposite person.
When I read a story that's really fucked up and you shouldn't be laughing.
I never laughed.
You have laughed.
That's not true.
Run the tapes! All the tapes, all the episodes. I'm sure it's happened.
I don't think so.
I do. Guys, do you think I'm right? Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. But while you guys, before we get into the next story, just want to do a quick interruption. Babe, Patreon. How many episodes are we at on Patreon now?
I don't know. A quick pop quiz 17, 18?
18 something. Who knows, guys? You let us know. But we have bonus episodes that come out weekly on Patreon. For everyone that's come over on Patreon, thank you guys so much for all the support. It's been amazing. And hope you guys are getting all that extra value out of that. That last Patreon episode we did was almost like a full-length episode. There's been some crazy stories on there.
Yes.
So if you guys want the really good ones, I mean, these ones are really good ones. They're all good ones. Just all good ones. But yeah, come please support us on our Patreon. Help us out a little bit. And just thank you. And while you're at it, go over to YouTube. Even if you listen on Spotify, just open up your computer, go on to YouTube, and let your computer watch the episode. And drop a comment and smash the like button. Help us out on our YouTube analytics. I thought our YouTube would be doing a lot better than it is, and it's slowed down. So please support us on YouTube as well. But thank you. And we'll get back to your regular scheduled content here at ThreadTalk Podcast.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to give a trigger warning on this one for domestic violence. All right, let's get into it. Am I overreacting? My boyfriend held me underwater during a bath to prove a point, and I'm still shaken. I'm 19 female and have been with my boyfriend 23 male for over a year now. We come from different countries and religions, but we've made it work. I have to mention this. My boyfriend loves turning everything into a competition. We both go to the gym, and he's always like, who can do this better? Even at home, he's always asking, who can cook better, clean faster, you name it. He wants to make it a competition. A week ago, we were relaxing in the bathtub together. He asked who I thought could hold their breath underwater the longest. I found it weird and just brushed it off as one of his usual questions. Just 2 to 3 minutes later, he got up as if he was getting out of the bathtub, and suddenly he pushed me underwater. He kept me under for what felt like more than 20 seconds. When he finally let me go, he started laughing. I'm generally healthy, but I have a heart condition that requires daily medication to keep my heart rate normal. Without meds, my heart rate can go up to 140 to 150 BPM. Even with my meds, sudden situations like this can make my heart rate spike to 140 and stay between 110 and 120 for the next few days, and he knows this. He brought up what happened today and said he apologized, but he didn't, and that I should get over it by now. I'm trying. He said he was trying to prove a point, that I need to work on myself more. It doesn't make sense to me because he is naturally stronger than me, and no matter how much I work out, I can't always defend myself against everything successfully. I can't talk to my sister or my mother about it. They would just ask what I was doing in the bathtub with a guy in the first place. And I still don't have any friends here. It's only him and me. We've talked about it more than once, and he says if I did this to him, he would have found it funny. I don't know if I just need to loosen up more, but I don't understand how holding me underwater for that long was ever funny in his head.
This is the easiest answer. Wait, what was the question? Am I the asshole? Relationship advice?
Am I overreacting?
Am I over? No. Like, just no. You need to get out of this relationship. That is a scary man.
Edit. He's also complaining about the marks I left on his wrist/arm that are almost faded now. I didn't mean to. It was sudden, and I swallowed a bit of water and was freaking out and just wanted him to let go. I apologized for the marks and told him it was a natural reaction to what he did.
What the fuck?
So not only did you hold her head underwater, she's literally clawing at you to let her the fuck go, and you didn't.
This one's really making me mad, actually.
That is traumatizing. How do you think it's funny to push somebody underwater and be like, how long do you think you can hold your breath for?
Without warning, too.
Without warning.
Like, that isn't even a good measure of how long you can hold your breath for. You know what I mean? Like, when you...
You have to be prepared to do that.
Yeah. Like, usually, if you're going to go hold your breath, you take a deep breath in and then go underwater. But, like, I don't know if she's just normally breathing. Like 20 seconds underwater and being forced and panicking at the same time.
That's like an hour. 20 seconds while you're panicking and you're trying to breathe. That is forever.
Forever. There's something not wired in his brain properly.
Like, it was already red flags at the beginning where if she feels that he makes everything a competition.
Yeah.
We go to the gym.
I missed the competition part because it doesn't seem like she even
No, she didn't want it to be a competition. No. I think she was just setting up his personality. He wanted to have a competition of who can hold her breath longer. And then when she didn't want to, he's like, I'm going to force you underwater because I can, because I'm stronger. No shit, you can push her underwater and hold her there.
Like, this makes me really sad for her because I feel like she's genuinely...
I feel like she's in a tough spot too.
But she's doubting herself when I feel like, to me, this is so obvious.
Very.
Like, this is so obvious to an outside person. But I think she's, like, genuinely, like, I don't know if this is, like, normal or not. Like, should I be concerned? I hope Reddit, like, really gave it to her and made her realize.
Yeah, I don't know. Account got suspended. Post was deleted. It's hard to know.
Damn it.
But that's a red flag for sure. That's literally traumatizing.
Yeah, well, that's the episode.
You know how many kids do that?
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like, a lot of kids do that. Always watch your kids when they're in the swimming pool because other bullies will do that same thing thinking it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And that's how people almost drown.
Yeah,
that's how little kids die and drowned
drown.
and stuff because they think it's a joke. Or, like, look at how much stronger I am than you.
Yeah. I don't like that. I hate that.
Yeah, this was messed up.
Yeah.
It was really traumatizing. I do have one side question, though. How the hell do they both fit in the bathtub?
I was trying to picture that.
Luxury bathtub.
Must be a really big bathtub, yeah.
Yeah, like a hot tub.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm traumatized. Moving on. Do you have a funny one? We need to lift the mood back up.
Nope, I don't.
Should we follow suit? You got any more domestic violence episodes or stories? I was just joking.
No, I don't.
Good.
I guess mine aren't as dark, but no.
Just pick up the mood.
Okay. No, I mean, I only have 2 left. And
just make it lighter.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to take a photo of my sister to college with me? Before my parents had me, 18 male, they had my sister, Emily. Emily was 3 years older than me, and she died when I was a few months old. My parents never recovered. My whole childhood, I was in the shadows of the child they had lost. I get that grief does things to people, and that losing a child is the worst loss a parent can suffer, but it was like I didn't exist most of the time. They talked about Emily all of the time. Sometimes they could acknowledge she was gone, but more often than not, she was talked about like she was still around. The most attention I got from my parents is when they force-fed words about how much I loved Emily. It never came natural for me to say, I love Emily and I miss her so much. I didn't know Emily, but I did feel haunted by her. I had a big photo of Emily on my wall opposite my bed growing up. They wanted me to fall asleep to my sister looking over me. It always felt creepy, but they had photos of her in every room, even the bathroom. I remember trying to take the photo in my room down, and my parents had a hugely explosive reaction. Like I'm talking, they yelled so loud the neighbors came to check on us. Emily's room was never touched after she died, and sometimes my parents would sit in there for hours sometimes. I was always forced to sit with them in there sometimes, but I had to be very careful because I couldn't touch anything or make the room filthy. Extended family were always so caught between being nicer to me to try to make up for my parents, or coddling my parents, and putting the weight of their grief and Emily's death on my shoulders. They would tell me to not be so harsh on my parents when my parents, would let me down. My parents could never celebrate anything I did. My extended family tried to fill that gap, but sometimes I felt like they just came to lecture me about compassion and understanding. I did good through school despite getting no help or support from my parents, and I got a full scholarship to college. Before I left, my extended family came over to say goodbye and quote-unquote celebrate a little, because there could be no celebrating me at my parents' house. My parents had these 2 photos of Emily for me to take. They told me I'd need them for my dorm, but I left them behind. I didn't want to take photos of Emily. I wanted to get away from them, and that might seem really unfair. My parents realized the next day, and I got a text from my dad calling me all sorts of names for leaving them behind. Then my extended family said I could have taken one and should, because Emily is my sister, and I should try to remember her for my parents' sake, if not mine. Am I the asshole?
No. This kid's had a traumatizing upbringing. You're not remembering anything. There's nothing for him to remember. He was a baby when she passed away. Everyone's traumatized. There's just trauma. They're like, the parents are traumatized. They're traumatized so much that they continue to just traumatize their second kid for the rest of his life. Like, they don't recognize that Emily means nothing to him. Yeah. Emily is nothing. It was never like they were hanging out, and when he was 10, she was 13, that she passed away. He never knew this person. It's never, he doesn't have a single memory of this person. All they've been doing his whole life is just traumatizing him. Yeah, I mean, you should have just took the photos and then just buried him in a drawer.
And that's what I was thinking, like, maybe for the parents' sake, because I don't want to discount like the grief that they're going through, and I could never imagine, and no. I could imagine that even years later
it never goes away.
It won't go away. Like, you'll never get over that. So I'm just thinking, like, maybe for the sake of them, like, just take it and then not put it up.
I think he's been traumatized his whole childhood. He's just at a breaking point. I don't blame him either way.
I don't blame him, no.
And I mean, like, at some point, you know, he feels like he's got to put his foot down. If he doesn't, it's going to be forced on him for his whole life. But he's at a point where he can stand up to his parents, and now he finally was, because they've literally been traumatizing him his whole freaking life.
Yeah, but they're traumatized themselves.
Yeah, but like, it's your job as a parent not to traumatize your next kid just because you're traumatized. Like, that's your job as a parent, is to figure that out. I'm not saying it's easy, but like, hasn't been fair to him.
I know.
You want to keep the room, no problem. That's your room, no problem. Why, if he tells you it's creepy, he doesn't want the photo in his room, okay, now you're crossing a line.
Yeah, I agree.
You're forcing it on him.
Yeah.
That would
do the opposite.
It'd be like forcing anything else on him. Forcing freaking clowns into his room. Forcing Selena Gomez posters into his room, because forcing Taylor Swift posters into his room because you love Taylor Swift. Like, he doesn't like Taylor Swift. Like, yeah, it's a dead child and stuff, but it's like you're forcing something on him that he doesn't want.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because, like, I couldn't imagine. Like, I am trying to excuse their actions a little bit, but at the same time, you are right. Like, they do have a job as parents, but at the same time, like, there's no handbook. There is no right way to be a parent. Like, they haven't gone through this before. Like,
true.
They didn't have him thinking their other daughter would die. Like,
true.
So
it's still been a very long time. Like, he's 18 plus.
He's 18 now.
That's pretty much 18 years of them grieving her. Like,
yeah,
it's time to move on.
Well,
I don't know.
No,
it's a long time.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying move on and forget her. I'm just saying let him grow up himself. Like, stop forcing Emily onto him.
Yeah,
he doesn't. I think they don't understand that he never knew her. He never knew her.
Top comment, not the asshole. Your parents need therapy to help them. Grieving, while it has no time frame, they never allowed themselves to heal and move on. I hesitate to put this, but you might even benefit from at least talking to someone outside your family about this too. They might be able to help with the following. You need to just tell them exactly how you feel and remind them you never knew Emily. Yes, she will always be your angel sister, but you have no connection to her, and they need to realize that. You also need to tell anyone who says you were wrong where to go and explain exactly why. If they can't respect you as an adult, which you are, for making a decision for yourself and your own mental health, then you don't need them. OP replies, I can't talk to my parents about it. The reaction when they saw me moving the photo or trying to was bad enough. But if I actually say anything that they feel is too dismissive of Emily, it won't end any better. They are not people I can talk to. We never had a real conversation before. That is so sad.
Very sad. It sounds like he's going to be going low contact with them in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, this wasn't a mood brightener at all.
No, not really. I had another sibling.
Yeah.
Like Madison was born a twin, and the other one passed away. My mom, like, she never, I guess, slightly different. She didn't make it to 3, so it's like a little bit different, right?
3 years old?
No, she didn't make it to 3. This child was 3 before she passed away, right?
Sorry, yes.
It was stillborn, I believe, during the twins. So never made it to 3, so it's like a little bit different, right? Never really got like named, never had a personality, that kind of thing. So a little bit different. But my mom also never like brought it up in an unhealthy way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People deal with grief in different ways.
Sounds like they didn't actually deal with their grief. Sounds like they just kept carrying their grief.
Yeah.
Idolizing it almost.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
I guess I will bring the mood up.
Okay.
My boyfriend told me that snacking on mozzarella cheese balls might be a deal breaker. What should I do? Hey Reddit, so I'm in a very weird situation and I don't know how to proceed. I'm hoping to get some insight from people who don't know us personally because this is really embarrassing for me. So to preface, I'm a cheese lover. I absolutely adore cheese and it's my favorite snack. My number one cheese has got to be mozzarella, specifically ball-shaped mozzarella. The texture and flavor are so good, especially with a little salt sprinkled on. I buy these Belgioso packs of mozzarella balls, and they have been my snack of choice since I was a freshman in college. They were easy and convenient to keep in my mini fridge for a quick, cheap, easy bite. My boyfriend and I have now been dating for 3 years, and we recently moved in together. He's known about my love for cheese since our first date. He took me to a restaurant and we ordered like 3 charcuterie boards. I don't think he knew what he was getting himself into with my snacking. He probably didn't expect to see me eat mozzarella balls on the daily. I thought he was fine with it, but now he's making an issue out of it and I don't know if I should stop. His specific issue is the shape of the cheese. He tells me that seeing me eat, ball-shaped cheese makes him uncomfortable. He says that it is lewd and that, and I quote, seeing me pop a wet cheese ball in my mouth makes him think of me having another man's balls in my mouth. Oh. Yeah. I was really confused and I told him that I don't think this is a big deal and that it's literally cheese, but he told me the imagery still grosses him out. I thought we could work through it, but after a while, he said it might be a deal breaker if I don't stop. Afterwards, he left for work. During the argument, he said he doesn't care if I eat mozzarella cheese, but he just wants me to eat strings or shredded instead. I know this is so high maintenance of me, but mozzarella balls are just my favorite snack. The texture, the taste, it's just so good. I like shredded cheese and string cheese, but they're just not the same. I'm thinking I should maybe buy smaller mozzarella balls than the big one and hope they won't bother him. But if I feed into this, could it reinforce the mindset that he has? I don't know what to do. I want to make him comfortable, but this feels really controlling and unnecessary. Not to mention, I don't really want to give up my favorite snack. He is a great guy, and I know this post isn't doing him justice, but I just want to know if this is a red flag for him or if putting my foot down on this is unreasonable. Thank you in advance for anyone who reads this and offers me some advice.
This is a very interesting way to show that you are uber insecure.
Right?
Like, brother, it's fucking cheese.
You're not.
She's not cheating on you.
Get the little triangle cheese ones.
No, don't change a thing. Do not change a thing.
I'm only saying that because that's the little cheese that you eat. You eat those little triangles. You just eat pieces of cheese. I thought that was so weird. I don't like. Sure, like if you got the cheese strings. Honestly though, like if you got the cheese strings and they were like the yellow and the white cheese strings, I could snack on some cheese. But other than that, I've never really snacked on cheese. But I
love me some cheese.
You like to
it's
snack
the Italian
on cheese. Yeah.
No, it's the Laughing Cow. I love the Laughing Cow.
Those ones.
I'm a slut for Laughing Cow.
Okay. Frisky over there.
I literally eat them by themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the Laughing Cow in the States, but they're basically like
pizza cheeses, pizza
healthier
slices.
version of like cream cheese.
Oh, okay.
Of.
Do you want to get some mozzarella balls?
I would love some mozzarella balls.
That's so funny. But the biggest part that gets me is like, I don't like you eating them because they just remind me of you having another man's balls in their mouth. They remind you of me chewing on somebody else's balls. I would be like, they make me uncomfortable because I just envision you biting my balls would be like slightly different. But I think he's
still odd.
Very odd. This dude's got some issues.
Yeah, he seems really insecure. And the way she said, oh, yeah, he's a great guy. And I know I'm not showing him in a great light, but like, there has to be other things, though. Like, he has to be super.
What if there is nothing
jealous?
else?
Like,
what if he's not? What if there's nothing else? What if he's amazing?
I doubt that. There's no way he's getting jealous over fucking cheese balls.
Yeah, this is I would agree that it's not the disease, it's a symptom.
Yeah, exactly. This is a symptom to his disease. Like, I'm sure there are other.
It's a symptom of his jealousy.
Yeah, there has to be other issues here.
Got an update.
Okay.
Like about 3 days later.
Okay.
Hey guys, first of all, I wanted to thank you for all the time you've spent with me. It's honestly a little overwhelming to see how many people took a break from what I assume are very busy lives to give me advice and support. I think it's very beautiful how so many people in so many different places can come together and give some love for people who need it. Secondly, I have a short and savory update. Haha, get it? Because I couldn't leave you guys hanging. The morning after I posted, me and my boyfriend talked out this entire issue, and he ended up explaining why his mind immediately went to a place of sexualizing something that had no implications. I left this out in my original post because it felt unrelated, even though in hindsight it is obvious. But there was an issue of infidelity in his previous relationship. I didn't know the details of what happened and never tried to bring it up because I didn't want to upset him. That was my mistake though, because he is still struggling with insecurities and felt unsure if he could tell me about it. Both of us were lacking in communication skills, but we ended up clearing the air and I found out both why his last relationship ended and why seeing me eat cheese balls upsets him. All I knew previously was that he had a serious relationship with his ex-girlfriend and they broke up because she cheated on him. Now, he let me know that he found out about the incident because the person she cheated on him with sent him a video of her eating another man's cheese balls.
Shut up. Oh, cheese balls. Oh, I get it. Balls.
I told him that he feels like by now he should have gotten over it, but the betrayal stuck with him. The new move-in together has started to trigger unresolved feelings and has given him new anxieties that our relationship might end the same way. I think pairing that with the daily visual reminder through the cheese balls was a little too much for him. I know many of you have strong opinions about him and I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm not ready to let go of this relationship yet. During our conversation, I let him know that I didn't like the direction that he was going with the ultimatum because it felt controlling, and I told him I wouldn't tolerate another incident like this in the future. We already decided we would be looking for couples counseling in our area to help us move on from this incident and generally learn to communicate more openly so that neither of us will have bottled up our negative emotions alone and instead we can help each other overcome these emotions as a unit. Right now, I'm feeling pretty hopeful and I think that knowing about his past will leave me better equipped to pave a better future with him. Thank you all for your advice and support. I think that without your perspectives, I might have just given up on my cheese, and the two of us would continue to hide our emotions without realizing that we need to open ourselves up to more communication if we want to stay confident in both ourselves and each other. P.S. An extra thank you to everyone who gave me recipes and new cheeses to try.
Love that. Okay. Like, maybe I can forgive him.
Yeah?
It's still a weird thing to associate, like, in her words, like, sexualize.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem like there's some trauma there. I get why you put this in the trauma. I didn't even clue in. I'm like, okay.
Poor guy got traumatized. Not only did his girlfriend cheat on him, but then he got sent a video of her eating another man's cheese balls. Oh man, poor guy got done dirty.
Why would you share that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably the guy. The guy probably sent it to him, not her.
Interesting. But yeah, I'm glad you can work it out. I was thinking, I don't know if I would break up over this, but
Just some cheese balls. What if I said I don't want you eating your laughing cow anymore? It upsets me. You fart too much.
why would you say that? You're mean. I'm a girl. I don't fart.
I'm just joking. Guys, it's been 7 years and I still haven't seen Teresa go poo.
That's a lie.
All right, moving on.
Mine's deleted. My last one is deleted.
You got nothing else?
No.
All right,
I'm sorry.
I guess it's me.
Last one is on you.
Last one's on me. I have 2 more. So I will let you choose, and then the last one will go on to Patreon.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for grounding my daughter for ruining her stepbrother's birthday? Or am I the asshole for checking out of my relationship after my wife said she wished I had a bigger dick, but we don't always get what we want?
Leave that one for Patreon.
All right, that one's a good one. That one's coming from Best of Writer Updates.
Okay.
So if you guys want to know what that one's all about, we'll see you on Patreon 19. Yeah, we'll see you on Patreon episode 19.
Woohoo. I just feel like there's so many sexual ones in this episode. So
It's been a sexual episode, yeah.
it's been a sad sexual episode.
This has been a roller coaster of an episode.
Yeah.
All right. Am I the asshole for grounding my daughter for ruining her stepbrother's birthday? This is about my daughter, Anna, 11 female. Anna's dad passed away when she was 18. I married my now husband 2 years ago. He has a son, Tyler, 9 male. To give you some context, Anna has been bullying my stepson for a while. Since Anna is older, Tyler often ends up hurt or in tears from Anna's malicious name-calling and insults. Although Anna has tried to defend her actions by claiming Tyler started it on numerous occasions, my husband and I have repeatedly told Anna that she should be more mature since Tyler is younger and that she should simply ignore him and not to let herself be provoked. The problem is, last week was my stepson's birthday. While we were singing happy birthday, Anna blew out the candles, grabbed the cake, and smashed it on the ground. It happened extremely quickly and everyone was in shock of what happened. After that, Tyler started crying and everyone had to leave the party early. Anna's actions pretty much ruined Tyler's party. I asked Anna why she did it and she said it was because last year Tyler blew most of Anna's birthday candles and the fact that she wasn't allowed to have her favorite cake flavor lemon due to Tyler's food aversion in fruits like lemon. I couldn't believe how selfish and spoiled Anna was. Tyler blowing out her birthday candles was an accident as he got carried away with the celebration excitement and said he didn't mean to, whereas what Anna did was intentional, petty, and mean-spirited. I was sick of her antics that I decided to ground her for 1 month. As part of her punishment, my husband and I decided she would not join us on an upcoming holiday trip and instead she'd be dropped off at my parents'. When Anna found out the news, she cried and started to say how sorry she was. I told her she should have thought about that before humiliating Tyler and ruining his special day. She needs to learn actions have consequences and that her behavior will not be tolerated. When I informed my parents about what happened, they got angry and claimed that it was an unjust punishment. They threatened if we don't let Anna go with us, they will take Anna on a holiday of their own. I can't believe my parents are rewarding Anna's horrible behavior. Tyler is still upset, and Anna is refusing to speak to anyone except her grandparents. Am I the asshole?
I feel like it's too far. I don't know if you're going to agree with me. I don't know if anyone else is going to agree with me. I feel like, I don't know, an eye for an eye. He blew out her candles. She gets to blow out his. But seriously.
Well, he's younger, and he's just like got excited and accidentally blew, where she goes over and just blows and then throws the whole cake on the ground.
But that's a big deal. I also think it's on the parents because I feel like they should have redid her birthday. Like, and I'm not getting that they did, so I'm going to assume that they didn't. They should have redid the birthday candles. If it was an accident, that the brother just did it, like, you should give her her moment. Like, that's...
Bro, Anna is petty. That was a year ago, and she remembered that. And she said, fuck you, Tyler, it's finally time for revenge!
I respect it. No, but, like, canceling the family trip and stuff, or, like, telling her she can't come, like, that's way too far, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not a mother, but it's a little far.
So, this is a repost, and the original post was deleted. But the overall vote was you're the asshole.
Okay, good. Good.
The mom has been favoriting the new stepson.
That's what it sounds like.
And, you know, in every situation, she's talking about how Anna needs to be the bigger person, even though Tyler's starting it.
Yeah.
She's basically favoring Tyler over Anna. She's ruining her relationship with her daughter by choosing this new family over her. So top comment on this says, actions have consequences, unless you are Tyler. And then the next person replies to that comment and says, exactly. His food intolerances are not an allergy. He didn't need to like her birthday cake. Get him a donut or something. It's not about him on that day. Tyler is excused for the same actions because he's still young enough to pass it off as just being cute and excitable. Of course, Anna feels jaded. Her mom married a new person with a kid around a year after she lost her dad. I mean, is anyone looking out for what's best for Anna? Or is it all about putting on a happy, giggly face and pretending everything was okay when it's not? I just can't believe the stepbrother was allowed to veto what cake she got for her birthday. It's like they want to create resentment and hostility. I think they should just let the grandparents have her since they seem to be the only reasonable adults in the scenario. My own family always valued boys more than girls, so I find this supposed to be extra fucked up. Excuse my language. I'd adopt Anna. Just saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
I remember on the OG post too, like the comments were, they went even more at the mom.
Good.
All right, so that's all we got for this episode. Episode 45 in the books. We were like just around the corner from episode 50. Been trugging along.
50.
Yeah.
Anniversary.
Got any life updates for them?
I've been meaning to say, wait, did we say that we finished Iron Flame?
I don't know, but we finished Iron Flame like a while ago now.
A long time ago. I don't remember if we did.
I haven't started any other books since then.
I have. I'm reading.
Oh no, I did. I did too. Sorry. Go ahead.
Did you want to interrupt me there?
I did interrupt you. I apologize.
It's okay. I'm reading the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I think that's what it's called.
Trish is in her fall era.
Yeah, well, you guys know that. It's pretty good. We're also watching Gilmore Girls, which I think we talked about last episode, or was Patreon?
We have one episode left of season 4 right now.
Yeah,
We're gonna
don't
watch
spoil
that.
anything.
We're gonna watch that in 5 minutes when we go to eat dinner.
Yeah. I love the fall vibes. I'm very excited. Getting ready for Christmas soon.
Oh my god. And yeah, I just finished watching the Sleep of the Star. I said this, Sleep in a Sea of Stars. I said that because it was by the same person who made Aragon. I remember saying this. It was a while ago. I haven't done any books since then.
Not watch.
No, I listened.
You said watch.
Oh, I meant listen. I don't read. But other than that, we don't really have any other updates besides merch. We've been working on merch.
That's a big update.
So we're working on it. We got the website. We bought the domain. Setting up on Squarespace. Setting up the merch stuff. Gonna get some t-shirts that say I am not the bigger person.
Are we?
Should we get a t-shirt that says I have been traumatized? ThreadTalk podcast traumatized me.
Could be
You
fun.
guys got any slogans? Oh my god, Jack's coming on.
Hi, Jack.
Hi,
What
buddy.
a special surprise.
This is our first time.
The viewers miss you. They miss you.
On YouTube they can see him. We had Jack and Luna. Well, they get the back of Jack's head.
Get the bum.
Yeah.
The big booty.
Sometimes he does sit. Sometimes we come home and he sits there.
Yeah.
Usually he always sits in Teresa's chair. He likes Teresa's chair the best. He never sits in my chair.
Juices.
Every time we're gone, that's where he usually chills in Teresa's chair. It's right by the front door.
Turn around. Show them.
Yeah,
Show them your face.
Smile.
All
But
right.
yeah, so we're working on merch. We got
Yeah.
pillowcases ordered.
Yes.
So if you could like to get some pillows like this, we got those coming and ready. And we got hoodies and maybe some t-shirts and some hats. I don't know. What do you guys want?
We were originally not going to do merch this early. But a lot of you guys have messaged us saying
And
that you want
commented.
merch.
Yeah, so
So we give you guys what you want.
you demand, we'll supply it. You tell us.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're working on making that happen. So
It's in the works.
yeah. The pillows might be ready for pre-order. I don't know if the website will be on or not. So yeah.
We'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated.
But to that note, I don't think we really promote our socials that much. Like, if you guys want to see updates and stories and stuff, like, follow us on Instagram. We post stories there pretty often.
Yeah, we do. And like polls and stuff. You guys want to have a little bit more input?
Yeah, I think it's ThreadTalk_podcast.
Yeah, Instagram was the only one that I couldn't find that just ThreadTalk podcast. Somebody already had that. TikTok, YouTube, everything else ThreadTalk podcast. Instagram was ThreadTalk_podcast.
Yes, ThreadTalk_podcast. And yeah, you guys can follow us there. We post like all of each story on there. And oh my god, he's sat.
Oh my god, he's sat. That's so precious. Other than that, Italy vlog is live. Click the link down below. Help us out. Help those analytics. I made a BMW video on my project car.
Oh, and the survey, right?
Survey would have been in this one as well. So if you guys click the link, thank you.
We would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And that's all we got.
I think so.
All right. Well,
thank you guys.
We'll see you guys next week, or maybe we'll catch you on Patreon. If you guys come join us on Patreon, thank you guys so much.
Whenever it is, see you soon.
And do that outro thing.
What?
I don't know. Sing.
Bye.